All right. Hey everyone, Melissa here. I am back on my feet, well rested, everything. My boss did not have work for me today or for tomorrow, she had said. Basically, this was a Monday through Friday job, and she's got her own stuff going on. You can't really control a work company. With the cleaning business, it's extremely messy. You have a lot of stuff going on. You can't always depend on the cleaning business. It's just a fact. Um, I've got a lot of things to do today, but I am going through a lot with divorce. Not that it really bugs me, it's just the fact that I'm going through a lot. So, Kevin Leandro has let me know today because I was being difficult, he says, with a divorce. He has stooped so low as to, basically accuse me of things that are not true. So the very fact that he is using one of my friends, Gabe Bolt, which I talked about in another video, he's using him to try to extort him and basically say, we want to know basically what happened at work, and we're going to use that against you in this divorce case. One of the things I did was I went and took real estate classes because I was trying to, number one, get more resources for the housing market because the COVID thing hit us hard. So not only did I get sick, but then I lost work and then we lost a home, right? So I'm like, okay, so find another resource, which is something I do very well, is find resources. And I'm like, find another resource to help you. So I took a class with KW while I'm in a hotel losing my home, right? And I passed. So I passed and I did a great job. And so when I came here to Colorado, POS lost my test results. So now Leandro is trying to use KW against me in court, saying that somehow I have been trying to get a job or something with KW because of, a work situation. So he's trying to connect dots that are not there. When I was working at Carrabba's, I had two gentlemen come in, and they were men who worked at KW. So when they worked there, we had a great conversation, and they were like, "Yeah, you ought to look into working for us," and da 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 da. So that is where KW came into the picture. So Kevin is trying, and my husband trying to find dirt on any little thing. And as a child of God, as I am, I mean, they're not really going to prevail. So, in the name of being difficult, what is difficult? I sent to Leandro. What is that? Is that because I won't sign papers because I've asked for alimony? So basically, he wanted me to sign papers that I will not pursue divorce any further. And the answer was no. So because of that, he is dragging me through the mud. And I'm all for it. I said, bring it on, go for it. Looking forward to more. So he's got more motions and an objection he's sending tomorrow, he says, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to see this guy try to use any work situation to get me to basically drop divorce and to get me to say that my husband never pushed me. So when somebody's lying, like my husband, saying he didn't push me, and I have texts, proving that he did, and he goes so far to try to use my work situations to try to prove that I am not telling the truth about domestic abuse. I mean, you gotta realize they're in a desperate situation to be doing such a thing. So I do hope Leandro gets saved. I hope if anything comes out of this divorce is his salvation. I hope he calls on the name of Jesus Christ, because I am very into serving others spiritually. I hope he gets saved. I hope he comes to know Christ and his whole family if he doesn't. And this is going to be, I think, a very long road down ahead. I think we just started, and I think that it's going to take a lot of stamina and, prayer. I have, the angels all around me in prayers, and, God fights for you. Let me tell you that. He will fight for you. So that's kind of where I'm at today with this whole divorce. I just wanted to share this. And then I have, let me see, I have a job interview tomorrow because I can't depend on this lady. And, I had talked to her last night and I said, look, I don't think it's real smart, basically, to be starting a job with false accusations. So she was trying to say, oh, you didn't do the stove and I had proof, and you didn't do this and I had proof. And so that's just a bad taste in my mouth, when you're starting with a company that wants to start off that way, that negativity. So I've got another interview set up for tomorrow somewhere else. And, when it comes down to jobs, when things happen, like with me, when I was at Kia, they wanted a COVID test. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing a COVID test because I called in for cramps. And then it wasn't like I signed a paper on that. But I was very generous. I brought a car over there when I worked there, thinking that, I was keeping the job and I would have half the payment price. So I had a friend over there who was like, we need somebody to buy one more car. And I already need a car. So out of my generosity, I brought a car for him. And just for a friend, just to help out the company I was working for, right? He was in management. So I did do that. And that is how generous I am. And even today, with my husband not sending me money and me trying to find another job, and not to toot my own horn, but there was somebody out there today when I brought my son to work who was like, can you give me something for food? I need something for food. So yeah, $5. Here you go. I am not afraid to be generous. And the thing is, how are you going to live your life? Are you going to live in a very generous way, including being gracious to people in your life? Or are you going to be somebody like Kevin who wants to win a divorce case? It's not even his case, my husband, at all cost, including bringing people down. Is it somebody who's going to try to push himself to the top with some kind of case of divorce and start his, career, I guess, in law or something? I don't really know what the point is of bringing things up when he's already been proven to lie. He's lied constantly, my husband. There is no point of trying to drag my friends down at church. There's no point of trying to drag a church down. And this is exactly what he's trying to do. And when you have people who are trying to, in the church, help other people come to know Christ and get saved, you want to be very careful that, you are careful with how you deal with things. You do want to deal with things, but you want to also be careful because there are so many people on their way to hell, right? And hell is never full. Never. Never. It talks about that in Proverbs. It's never full. There's always room for hell. It's never full. And we want people saved. We want them coming to Christ. So, as I spoke with a friend last night, I was out last night and we had a great prayer time. And God's going to use me to help women with life. And He's going to help me to help people as I start thinking about helping people more in the community. He will be using me. So this is where the attacks are coming from. They're coming from people who want to bring you down, and they don't want to see you be used in God's work. So that's what I got for now, guys. Thanks for joining me.